Hey, what is up? It's Jim. I'm back with another Tiller tip. This week, I am talking about something I talk about in premarital coaching. I coach men and couples. When it's couples, it's sometimes couples that are already married and are experiencing the expectation gap. But a lot of times it is couples that are preparing for marriage and trying to set good expectations for what that is going to look like. And when I do premarital, I use an assessment called Symbis, and it's a really great assessment that looks at your personality and just all these different dynamics, and it's a great conversation starter. One of my favorite sections is about the context that we bring into marriage of our social support. You know, our friends, our family, how are they melding together, the support from our faith community, that kind of stuff, and it's really great. And I always end that section with a goofy little diatribe about, well, let me just share it with you and you'll see. Maybe you've had that like hourly job at some point, and you probably worked for a bunch of different managers, different shift managers and stuff, and you relatively like your job, and typically go in with a good attitude, and it's a chill thing. It's cool, except for that one manager. You walk in and you're like, oh my gosh, this guy again. Like, I cannot work with him. His name's Mitch. Like, Mitch is a terrible person. He's miserable to work with. He's not very good at his job. He's pretty incompetent. He rides you unnecessarily. He's nicer to other people than you. He's just really unfair with you or whatever. Some people back in my management career would have said I was Mitch, and perhaps I was. I can own that. But like Mitch is awful to work with, and he just ruins your day, right? Every single time. So you know how you go out to coffee or lunch with a friend and they'll like be inquisitive and curious and how's life? How's work going, right? And you are like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you asked. Can I tell you about Mitch? He is awful, and you just start, railing on this dude, and your friend's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you work for such a terrible person, and he's such a butt clown or something. That's a funny phrase. And, they start giving you just blind support. You should tell him off. You should go to HR. You should put in your 2 weeks notice. Mitch doesn't deserve a good employee like you, whatever. They've never seen you probably work a day in your life. You actually might be an awful employee. He could be a really good manager, and he's trying to manage up. But it's just, they don't know, and frankly, they don't care. They love you, and they want to support you, and so they just start giving that blind support. We love those friends, don't we? Like, honestly, that's such a great thing. The problem is those are not the friendships that we need when we get married. Because I believe that from the day you get married until one of you is gone, I believe that the question you're going to get every single time is like, hey, how's married life going? And I sincerely hope that you can answer that question with authenticity. Now, that authenticity might vary based on who that person is. Someone that's in a farther out circle from you, maybe it's, a little bit of authenticity. If it's someone that's really close to you, someone that's close to the center, maybe it's a lot more authenticity. But, what we don't need is people who are going to treat your spouse as if they're Mitch. Like, oh my gosh, what a terrible person. They don't deserve you. You should get divorced. You should tell them, whatever. Like, we don't need blind support in that. We need people, friends that believe in the sanctity of marriage. And beyond that, they believe in the sanctity of your marriage, that they believe that God put the two of you together and they are going to encourage and edify and ask good questions and be curious and encourage and just all this stuff that isn't just going to be blind support of you. It's going to be support of both of you, and, just something that is actually beneficial, because it's too easy. It's too easy to just say that other person is bad and you're good and start to believe that narrative, because I think it takes two to tango. And so when we have people in our lives, that social support that believes in the sanctity of marriage and the sanctity of your marriage, that's when things can get really good, because marriage can be really challenging. It can be full of unforeseen circumstances and problems, and just who knows what's going to happen. It's a great mystery. And so we just don't need those people that's going to treat your partner like Mitch. Okay. So if your name's Mitch, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hate on you. It's just it's a great name, and it worked for this story. So that's what I have. I hope you've got those people in your life supporting you in your marriage, because it really is vital. It's been really vital for Alicia and I, and I'm grateful for everyone that has done well with it. So yeah, that's what I've got. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next time. All right, see ya.